Bet like the pros with the world's largest sportsbook right at your fingertips. The Circa Sports app is now available in Illinois. Sports betting the way it should be. Now you can download, fund, and bet like a pro from anywhere in Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circasports.com. Circasports.com. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
Now on to the show.
Flash!
Welcome to ReShoot, amateurs in no suits. Too many movies to explore. Ruthie, Hector, and Ed, laughter till the end. Let's see something never done before.
What?
ReShoot.
Reshoot.
Hello, and welcome to ReShoot, an amateur's guide to gooder film.
Oh, we're starting?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Why not? We're
Okay,
recording.
we're all... Yeah, okay.
Where we take movies we like, we dislike, or maybe even somewhere in between, and we make them objectively better.
Objectively.
Yes.
I love how I put that in there.
Yes. I mean, it's true. Everyone knows I fixed Godfather.
I'm gonna choose to ignore that. But yes.
And Cure for Wellness.
You know, Cure for Wellness has its faults. Yes, but it's still good. Okay? It's still a good movie.
It's not as bad as Blow Up.
Still haven't seen it. Eventually I'll pick that. But today we're talking about, if you didn't pick it up from the intro, from the cold open, The Flash.
Not Flash Gordon.
Not Flash Gordon. Unfortunately, The Flash.
I've heard Flash Gordon's like a cult classic, though.
Yeah, not Flash Gordon.
Oh, okay. I got what you mean now.
Unfortunately, not Flash Gordon. Unfortunately, The Flash.
Yes. Definitely unfortunately.
Unfortunately. And yeah, I'm just going to start off with saying I have not a fucking clue what the fuck Chris Stuckman was talking about when he reviewed this movie.
Yeah, Chris Stuckman, from what you and Hector have told me. Oh, also, we should introduce ourselves. Hi.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's not your name. That's not you.
Not yet.
Yeah. What? Excuse? I am your host, Ruthie.
And I am your other host, Ruthie, 10 years younger.
Excuse?
It's the movie.
Yeah.
Ed.
Oh, yeah.
Otherwise known. The weird one, the loud one, the angry one. I hope that's my reputation for our little amount of followers.
Also, our third co-host, Hector, is currently working on his master stuff.
Help me, please.
No, you're supposed to be in, like, you know, a different realm right now. We're gonna pull you from the ether,
just
for
you
here. Yeah.
I'm calling from the. I'm calling from the. Give me a second. I had a name for it.
Don't cut any of this out.
I'm calling from the essay force. Get
The
me out of
essay
here.
force.
Essay force.
Yeah, he's writing an essay. He wrote it and finished it, and then the professor was like, "You did it wrong." So now he has to rewrite half of it.
And it's due tomorrow.
Yeah.
But anyways, Hector has a coworker who's listened to the podcast, and she is convinced you're high on every recording.
That I'm high?
Yeah, she says that you sound high.
That I sound high? Maybe I'm just high on life.
It was where she started at the beginning when you were on night shift.
My point still stands.
High on consciousness.
High on consciousness. You know, speaking of that, I did hang out with, I'm pretty sure I told you this, but I did hang out with one of my friends who's still on night shift. I went to go play Magic with him at that game store.
Right.
I'm day shift now, and this thing starts at like 11 p.m. and I stayed there with him until like 5 in the morning.
Oof.
So being delirious from sleep deprivation, and then being around people, and then drinking a Red Bull to stay awake is one of the weirdest feelings in the whole world. I don't know how people live on energy drinks to stay awake, because it, at least for me, it made me feel like, I don't know, it's a different experience than weed, that's for sure, but it made me feel pretty like, I thought I was high on something, and it wasn't caffeine. But yeah, it's a weird feeling.
Do you recommend?
I don't recommend, but I wouldn't say don't try it. It's cool, I'd say, at least. It's a cool experience to have like once. Not like unlike other things. Because I don't remember what Chris Stuckman. What the fuck was he talking about? He liked this movie.
He's kind of lost the plot recently. I feel like Chris Stuckman, if you are listening to this podcast, you are certainly invited, because I don't know about the rest of you guys. I always try and look at movies in like a positive light when I'm watching them, at least the first time.
Yes. If we got Chris Stuckman here, I would literally have, I don't know. I would have a fucking panic attack and I'd fangirl like crazy.
You'd have a panic attack so you could get some Xanax.
No, but yeah, if you're listening to this, I really want to hear like your deep dive about why you like this movie, because I honestly can't see it.
Yeah, this wasn't
maybe I need to rewatch your review or whatever, but
this wasn't it for me. This didn't hit.
Yeah, it just didn't. It didn't hit. There were some.
See, the thing is, there's parts of this movie, at least for me, that felt unfinished. Like there were so many scenes with the CGI where the people looked really rubbery because they hadn't finished the shading.
Yeah,
yet.
I know.
But at the same time, the exact same time, there was something kind of uncanny about the plot where it felt too polished.
Yeah, I can't really fault the CG. Like I can fault the decision to go with that CG. I can't fault what the CG looks like, because I know like a lot of those images are actually outsourced to companies like Quarter.
I don't blame the people who did the CG, because I know that they were under huge strains for time and money. I don't blame them one bit, but this movie was in development hell for a decade?
Yeah, and they could have literally, like, because the movie was basically done. It was just Ezra was being a dumbass in Hawaii for a while, and they could have just even been like, we got some extra time because this guy's being a fucking douchebag and assaulting people.
They're gender fluid. They use they, them pronouns.
They? For Ezra? Okay.
So,
my bad. Why am I so bad with this? Every single time.
No. It's fine.
I didn't know also.
My mom didn't know either. So when we're talking about Ezra, they, them. When we're talking about Barry, he, him.
Okay, anyways, getting back on track.
They were being a fucking
They were being an idiot in Hawaii, like assaulting people, right? I'm pretty sure.
So it started in Hawaii, then it was in Maine, then they kidnapped somebody in Idaho.
They kidnapped somebody? I had no idea.
They kidnapped like a mom and her young child for a little bit.
What the fuck?
There was a little bit of a manhunt. I'm kind of surprised they're not in prison right now.
Two-tier justice system. Anyways, yeah, they had time. All they had was time, and they already have money. So why not just be like, hey, CG company that we paid, here's some more money, and here's a lot of time to polish that shit. Yeah. But they didn't do that because they're greedy.
Greedy cowards.
Greedy cowards. Can't believe it.
I can. They're just trying to get in on the superhero cash cow, even though the superhero cash cow is drying up. Anyways, what is this movie about?
What this movie is basically the Flashpoint Paradox.
What's that?
Comic. The Flashpoint Paradox is a short comic, I'm pretty sure, where basically think it's Barry still, not Wally. It's Barry Allen goes so fast that he goes back in time, but he goes into a different multiverse thing. Dimension, yeah. In Marvel it's multiverse, and in DC it's something else. I forget what they called it with the spaghetti metaphor, which was actually pretty cool. Canon events. Anyways, yeah, it's a comic series where Barry discovers the world of multiverses, and the comic's good because at least in that one, in the comics, that's where he finds I don't know if that's Eobard is follows him there. Eobard Thawne, Reverse Flash, or like if it's Zoom or Doctor Zoom.
I think it's
whatever that
Reverse
is.
Flash.
It's Reverse Flash, yeah. And in that one, it's not a different Batman. It's just Thomas Wayne is Batman
Mm-hmm.
because
Bruce Wayne's dad.
Bruce Wayne's dad. Because in this one, it was Bruce and Martha that died, not Martha and Thomas. And then Thomas Wayne, he's Batman, but he kills people and shit. He's cleaning up slightly better than slightly worse than Batman, because Batman just gives traumatic brain injuries. And then also in this one, I don't know many other differences other than Superman is also in this one. There's no Kara. Kara and Superman didn't trade places in the comics. Superman still lands, but he lands in like a city
In Metropolis.
in Metropolis, I think, or some kind of city where the government takes him and keeps him underground in a facility. And it's kind of the same with Martha, where she's like scrawny and weak
Or
because
Kara, you mean not Martha.
Kara, yes, where he's scrawny and weak because he has no access to sunlight. Fun fact: Superman is a plant. He is solar powered.
He's like my cat.
This sun is actually not the strongest he can get. I think he needs I always forget, but I think it's a red sun he needs, and this is a yellow sun.
Red sun takes away his powers because it's not the right energy. I think a white sun would make him more powerful.
Isn't it blue?
Or maybe a blue.
Yeah.
I'm
a different kind of star.
I'm not a starologist.
Yeah, a different kind of star makes him stronger. This one just makes him a little bit stronger. Because I think Krypton has red
Krypton
star.
has the red sun. That's the whole thing.
Yeah. That's why they're not super in Krypton.
Yeah, they're just
normal humans, kind of Kryptonians.
Yeah, just like a normal dude.
Normal duders. And then our yellow sun makes him kind of giga. Only a little bit giga.
He's like my cat. He lays in the sun, and then all of a sudden,
energy. Yes, so
that's the comic.
That's the comic, and the same thing, because I watched it with my friend who's a huge fan of DC, and he knows quite a bit.
I watched it with Hector, who Flash is his favorite member of the Justice League.
Yeah. And how the movie goes with Barry meeting younger Barry or different Barry is more or less the same for the most part, at least in the beginning half ish. What am I doing?
You say it's the same.
It's well,
you described he goes back.
How Flash, how the Barry that we follow from the beginning loses powers when Barry from the new gains his powers. That is exactly the same.
Yeah. What I should clarify is what I was trying to get at was the whole reason that Barry's time traveling is
to stop his mother's death.
Yeah, so the origin story for Barry, which is not like fully said before it just kind of starts happening. His mom died when he was like 10 or something, when he was a kid, and his dad was blamed for her death. She got stabbed or something with like a kitchen knife. And he's been trying to figure out what happened to his parents. Finally, one day, he's talking with his crush, Iris, and he figures out how, in theory, he could go back in time, and if he just gives her a can of tomatoes...
Oh, yeah, because they're talking about, like, you can't change too much, and, like, a way that he can make it so he doesn't change very much at all. Just one little thing, which is they just needed tomatoes. From a certain can.
His dad went to the store to get the tomatoes for his mom, and when he comes back, that's when he finds his mom, his wife, Barry's mom, dead, and he gets blamed for it.
Yes. So he goes back in time to put the tomato in his mom's basket, and then he goes back forward in time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, he doesn't. He stays. He
goes forward in time.
Oh yeah, he goes forward in time.
But then he gets punched out.
Yeah. He gets punched out by this weird purple speedster.
We're not sure at this point, but
yeah, but he's purple.
Yeah.
And he gets punched out, and then he ends up in the day that he was supposed to get his powers.
Yep.
And younger Barry is
So annoying. He's got the laugh from
God.
from SpongeBob, you know, the like not even like the SpongeBob
Like-
laugh, it's like that SpongeBob like side character laugh.
Yeah. And it's like you can make annoying like 18, 19-year-olds and they can be, funny and not completely and totally, I don't know, just like unbearable.
Yeah.
You can do that. They didn't do it here.
No. Barry at the beginning of the movie is also insufferable in his own special way. But then as soon as the younger Barry comes into play, our Barry is totally fine and normal the rest of the movie.
Yeah. This is going like completely different than our usual.
It really is.
Yeah.
This is why Hector's here.
Why? To whip us into staying on track?
Yeah.
All right, we should do a synopsis.
Wait, that's what I've been trying to get us to do for the last 7 minutes.
I'm sorry. You can cut that shit out. All right. This is my movie. I'm the czar. So I'll try and do a TLDR on this bullshit. It's not even like that crazy wibbly wobbly timey wimey stuff, but
no, the script is pretty polished.
yeah. All right. So movie starts off with Barry kind of like investigating and talking to Bruce about how he kind of went into like a weird speed force. He was going faster than light, and he like was able to go like a couple seconds into the past.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, he was able to go back and he like peeked through and he saw himself when he was saving those fucking babies from the building collapsing, which is one of the greatest scenes I've ever seen in my entire life. That shit was hilarious
when
and terrible.
When he microwaved that baby.
When he microwaved that baby.
I felt that.
Yeah, that was insane. Anyways.
Ding, baby.
Baby. Yeah, he finds out that he can do this, run faster than light, because DC.
Yeah. Oh, also when he's time traveling, it's a throwaway line here, but I think they refer to it in the comic books as the cosmic treadmill, which is hilarious.
Oh yeah.
They do not. They gave it a different name.
That's lame.
I call it cosmic treadmill because that's what it is from the comics.
They called it a different name. Hector's just in the ether over here.
Yeah.
Popping in and out of existence whenever he pleases.
Because he's on the cosmic treadmill.
Treadmill, yeah. Cosmic treadmill. Yeah, and he talks to Bruce. Bruce says, "Don't do shit." He talks to Iris, his crush, and she's like, "Well, if you do something that doesn't really, or you're not really interacting with the past, it should be okay."
Well, yeah, and she's just speaking in like fun hypotheticals, like butterfly effect, and he's like, "Wait,
I need to go." And then he goes on the cosmic treadmill, puts the can of tomatoes in his mom's basket. A little bit of a kind of cute moment there.
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes a little bit forwards in time. Weird purple guy walks into his cosmic treadmill and is like, "Get out of here," and punches him out. Or, yeah, instead of "Get over here."
I think he just yells, like, "Ah!" The slugs Barry.
Slugs Barry into September, 21st, whatever.
Yeah.
Which is apparently when he gets his powers, where Barry kind of impersonates his younger self for a little bit, kind of having a normal life, and then there's the other Barry that shows up. Barry and other Barry. That's how I'll refer to them as. Other Barry shows up. There's that weird little interaction with things. They formulate a plan. Or Barry, trying to not butterfly effect this thing too much, decides to, take action and force Barry to get the powers. Puts him in the right place. The phasing through walls is one of the coolest things in the planet in this movie. It's one of the coolest things. However, when they zoom in,
they didn't need to do the atom thing
because they passed
through
10 atoms.
Yeah,
and then they're on the other side, so the door's 10 microns thick.
Yeah,
it's thinner than a piece of paper. Yeah, but it works because our bodies are 98% empty space, something like that. Anyways, yeah. Fun fact: we are empty inside.
Speak for yourself. I am filled with the love of my cat and my husband. and he can't even hear it.
Well, physically empty inside. Think about that for a second. 98% empty space. Anyways, giving people existential crises.
I am also filled with the love of lasagna, and that is physical. You cannot take that from me.
Okay, Garfield. So Barry gets other Barry in position where lightning strikes exactly how it's supposed to through the chemicals, except it goes through Barry before hitting other Barry. So I guess the power kind of just like transfers from Barry to other Barry, so Barry loses powers. I hope this isn't getting confusing with Barry and other Barry. Original Barry, Barry, other Barry, other Barry. Hope that clarifies things.
Barry 1, Barry 2.
Yes. Don't look at that. Where was I? Oh yeah, powers transfers, and then other Barry, since he's a piece of shit, just kind of runs wild with the powers. Oh, this is so cool.
To be fair, though, it's very reasonable that he would act like that, but
it grinds my gears.
He's just already so annoying. It just it's kind of like a bitch eating crackers moment.
Yeah. Wait. What? Bitch eating crackers?
Yeah, have you ever been so pissed off by just the existence of someone? It's just like, even them eating crackers just pisses you off. That's a bitch eating crackers.
Yes, okay. What happens after that?
Oh, they go back to other Barry's apartment. Other Barry runs buck-ass naked throughout the city.
Because his clothes burn off because of friction.
Which never becomes a problem again. Not the clothes burning off.
Yeah. And then he somehow learns phasing, but he doesn't
learn how to
doesn't know how to just like fall through things, which is crazy because you have to like do the vibrating everywhere else except on your feet, unless you need your feet to go move through stuff, which is super crazy to think about that he has to do it like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he does that, and he just like phases through the wall, and the clothes stay on the top floor, and he just falls into his bottom neighbor's apartments, and it's
buck-ass naked.
And then they have like a weird training thing where he gives other Barry the ring,
and the costume comes,
and the costume comes out, and then he's supposed to change into it as it's coming out,
and that's when he gets weird about being naked.
Yeah.
That's when we apparently find out that Barry was. I don't know if it's implied that this is one of the first fucky wucky things, but it's at this point where in the movie it flashes back to the Man of Steel. So this is the day that Zod attacks the planet Earth, and Barry was like, "Oh no, I had a bad thing happen. I'd just gotten my powers, and I tried to save this kid and his dad, but I could only save the kid, and it was horrible." And other Barry learned nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, General Zod's in this movie.
Yeah.
And eventually General Zod attacks, and then they
Well, he comes onto the news. They go back to the apartment.
Yeah.
And Barry...
Oh, Barry tries to look for, like, all the other, like, the Justice League heroes. Like, Wonder Woman doesn't exist. Aquaman doesn't exist. A bunch of them don't exist.
Mm-hmm.
And then...
the guy who's cyborg, he hasn't been cyborged yet. Diana apparently has not left Themyscira because nobody's heard of her. He calls Arthur's dad.
Yeah, the dad of Arthur, Aquaman, and he married a different woman.
Mm-hmm.
So Arthur's never gonna exist. Eventually, Bruce Wayne still exists because
Batman.
Bruce Wayne is.
They mention Batman. He's like, "Wait, Batman exists?" And
Batman, yeah, Batman's real, yeah, because apparently that's a canon event.
I wish I could just.
Yeah. Yeah, so they go to Bruce or Wayne Manor,
mm-hmm.
and
they as soon as they get inside, that's when other Barry's like, "Wait, Bruce Wayne is Batman?" Which you could play it so much better than that.
Yeah, and it's Michael Keaton as Batman reprising his role, and then they like team up with him to, I think Batman kind of. Oh yeah, this is a huge thing. Also, they do a little thing to give Barry his powers, but no,
it's later.
Yeah, okay. So I don't know if Batman knows about Kara or something.
No, so they're trying to find out where Superman is, and then Batman.
And with the supercomputer, they can
they go through NASA's records, and they find out that Superman's rocket it lands in Siberia,
Yeah.
or it was taken by the Russians.
Yeah, but
Into
by the
Siberia.
USSR.
Yeah.
Yes. And so they go into Russia and they break out Kara, not Clark. Kara Kent, because she's a cousin?
Yes, but she's not a Kent.
Oh no, she's Kal-El. She's a cousin of
Kara-El.
Kal-El. Yeah.
She's Kara-El. But
Kara-El, yeah.
Keaton Batman says, "Oh, leave her. She's not who we're looking for." But original Barry says, "No, let's help her." And that becomes important later.
Yeah, and then they grab her little like suit, which is helpful. Anyways, they take her out as they're getting their asses handed to them and like kind of like guns and shit. Kara takes like 10 seconds of sunlight, gains a whole bunch of muscle, and brutally murders a bunch of Russians, which was cool.
Understandable.
Just like pushes a guy and he flies into the horizon. And then with Kara, they go back to Wayne Manor, and this is an actual scene from the Flashpoint as well, when they give Barry his powers back. Although in Flashpoint, it's much more brutal. Because, he gets struck by lightning. They jack him up twice, I think, in this one. They do it twice or thrice.
Yeah, twice.
They do it like 4 or 5 times.
No, they do it once, and then they start to do it again, but the machine won't work. That's when Kara takes
it takes the thing, and the lightning hits in it. And then it works. I think in the Flashpoint, they do it a little bit more than twice. And yeah, Barry in the comic, which just says again, and the more they do it, the more he's just burnt to a fucking crisp. And then eventually it works and his healing powers kick in. Also, when other Barry got shot, he didn't heal fast at all for some reason.
At that point, he hadn't been eating a lot. Like, he was eating a lot at first.
Oh,
I know.
Come on. Give me
It's
this
loose.
writing mistake. Barry gets his powers back. They decide that they need to.
Oh, and Kara had left because she was like, "I don't give a shit about Earth. Earth hasn't taken care of me. All I met was those stupid Russian guys." Then she
goes to Zod
and sees Zod just like murk some humans,
and then she cares all of a sudden.
Yeah,
and then they decide that they have to stop General Zod. This is where you find out Kara starts talking with Zod, and Zod says that they intercepted Clark's Kal-El's pod because they got like separated, and they had already found Kal-El, and they needed his blood for something, like a gene seed kind of thing.
Yeah, the implication is that the entire genome of Krypton was fucked with because they stopped having children biologically. We knew that in Man of Steel. But Jor-El, Kal-El's dad, had the entire Kryptonian genome mapped, and when he sent Kara and Kal out from Krypton, he gave the entire genome to one of them. They assumed it was his son.
Well, I'm pretty sure it is Kal-El in the main timeline.
Yeah.
But in this one, it's Kara.
But they found Kal-El.
They found Kal-El.
They tried the thing. It didn't work. He didn't have the genome.
And Kal-El died.
Yeah.
Superman's dead in this universe. And Kara's like, no. And then they start fighting, and other Barry and Barry are just like save scumming with the treadmill on the fight.
Yeah. So the fight plays out where Keaton Batman he explodes in the ship because he couldn't eject, and Kara, she gets stabbed in the abdomen. They get the genome. They leave. The two Barrys decide to do
save scum.
Yeah. They like Barry's kind of against it, but other Barry's like, you did it last time. You got Mom back. We can totally do it. Yeah, that's right. I heard what you did. Neener. And they do that.
Mm-hmm.
And the Michael Keaton Batman dies even faster, and Kara dies even faster. So they do it again, and Barry's like, "Hey Barry, you good?" And other Barry's like, "Yeah, man, I'm good. We got this." And it just keeps getting faster, and
not faster, but just like
they keep losing.
Batman keeps dying, and Kara still keeps dying and getting the genome taken from her. And throughout this time, there's a point where somebody explodes and Flash can just start vibrating and like the things go through him. Other Barry is not as trained, and one of them gets stuck in his arm.
Yeah, the gal in Man of Steel, Zod's right-hand woman, she ends up like slicing this crystalline thing into Other Barry's hand, like through his hand.
Well, it was a projectile, and it kind of phased half through him, and then it got stuck in him.
Yeah,
And then
it's real brutal.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And then they just keep kind of save scumming over and over, and the more and more they do this, Other Barry keeps getting more and more shards of fucking Kryptonian shit in his body.
And original Barry, our Barry, is like all throughout this. Eventually, I think after the third one, he's like, Barry, we need to stop.
Like
but Other Barry,
this is like he's saying like this is I forget what they call it in the movie, but in Spider-Verse, it's a canon event. These two characters die. There's nothing we can change because in the DC universe it's like spaghetti strands and there's like converging things of spaghettis.
Yeah, we all kind of the explanation that they give it is kind of a riff off of Back to the Future, but the idea is we all assume if you go back into the past, it only changes the past, but because of the way that they traveled back, it also changes the way that all time interacts. It wibbly wobbly timey wimey.
Yeah, wibbly wobbly timey wimey. So yeah, they keep doing this, and these events are destined to happen. Barry tries to explain that to Other Barry. Other Barry can't.
And for context, this Kryptonian substance is like very crystalline in nature, but it has a slight purple hue.
Yes. And eventually Barry gets a bunch of them in him. And then you figure out that Other Barry was that purple creature in the very beginning that punched Barry out of the thing. And then there's they're in the cosmic treadmill for a bit, and you see a whole bunch of other cosmic treadmills like converging and like destroy space-time or some bullshit.
The timeline for this universe is just so broken at this point. They can see past like the endless floor in front of them, and then all around them are other alternate universes. You mostly see it's all the Supermen, so you see Christopher Reeves, you see Nick Cage Superman,
which was awesome.
Yes, it was great.
And you see the original from Superman, the original.
The one who was before Christopher Reeves.
Yeah. I forget his name.
Yeah, and don't we see an OG Flash too?
Yeah, we see an OG Flash as well.
Mm-hmm.
No Flash Gordon, unfortunately.
No.
Yeah, and then
because then they'd have to pay Freddie Mercury for the song, right?
Probably, or whatever Freddie's estate or whatever.
What do you mean Freddie's estate? Freddie's still alive.
Okay. Never died of HIV. Getting off that.
Yeah.
Other things come in. We get to see Nicolas Cage as Superman, which it wasn't actually him. It was CG. Pretty sure.
I mean, it was CG, but he was there. He did film it.
Oh, okay, yeah. So
his hair was like flowing and glistening,
luscious locks, which is one of the three things Nicolas Cage has ever wanted to play, which is Superman, Dracula, which he did in Renfield, and the last one is the monster from Frankenstein, or Frankenstein's monster. That's the only thing he has left to do.
Damn, I'd watch that.
I'd watch it too. Also,
now that I'm thinking about it, I'm not as mad about them all looking super rubbery in that moment of the convergence.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
For one reason. Have you ever seen the Justice League opening?
The animated one?
Yeah.
No. Oh, well, I'd have.
They look the same. It's the exact same. The really CG opening where it's all of them with the dramatic poses. The only difference is in the Justice League one, they're mostly shaded. The only difference.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll trust you on that.
I may be taking a shot of haterade over here.
Copium. Yeah, and Other Barry turns out to be the purple monster. And the future one comes in and is like, explains that he's been searching for this moment for a while.
He's been trying to figure out how to solve it. And
he kills younger Other... Oh, no.
No, he goes to attack Flash and...
Barry.
OG Barry. Younger Barry intercedes in that moment.
Yeah, and then gets killed. And then
older Barry knew that was going to happen because he understood who he was and he understands what needed to happen, what needs to happen to stop him.
Yeah, so then that happens. I forget. He gets on the cosmic treadmill to go further back in time again.
Because he decides to try and
decides to fix it, and he sees himself put the tomato in, and then he goes and takes the tomato out.
Well, before
he takes the hat, right?
Oh yeah, he takes a hat, he takes a pair of sunglasses and a jacket.
Yeah, and then he kind of has a very sweet moment with his mom without his mom knowing who he is.
I think she knew. There's a moment where she looks at him and the way he's being emotional after, like, right as she's like touching his face, where she gives him a look, which makes me suspect that she had a feeling.
Yeah, but I don't think she knew. No,
she wouldn't. There'd no way for her to explain it.
Yeah, but and then she, Barry, when she touches his face, Barry like goes into his super speed mode and then goes back to his original kind of timeline.
Yeah, and he says a tearful goodbye to his mom.
But he didn't he do a thing where you could see his dad's face in the?
No. So what I thought was going to happen was that his dad wasn't in the videotape in the first place, and that he was the person in the recording at the very beginning where it was too fuzzy to see if it was him. But it turns out when we get back to the present, Wayne Industries has taken the footage and they've digitally restored it to such a degree you can see Barry's dad look up.
Oh yeah, he does look up at the camera because no, that's what he does. He takes the tomato and puts it on the top. That's the change that he does. Because it was at the bottom.
But Wayne Industries did restore the footage.
Restore the footage, but Barry did still change something. So you can see his dad's face go up and grab the tomato. And then Barry calls Bruce. And Bruce shows up. And it's not Ben Affleck. Thank God he got his wish. He's out. It's George Clooney as Bruce.
The sad thing is, the last scene that we saw Ben Affleck's Batman, he says outside of that, he was like, I finally understood the character. I finally understood this Batman, who he was as a person.
Ben?
He finally understood.
Yeah, but he doesn't want to be in shitty movies is the thing.
Yeah. And I could feel it. I could feel the difference where he was like, his Batman was like, I've made bad choices, but they've made me who I am today.
Yeah, but he's a Batman that kills, which is stupid. Either way, he's like the Bruce that we're supposed to have, but he kills, which just doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
and that's the movie.
That was only like 20 minutes.
Oh my fucking God! I tried to tee all the art of these things, and they're always way too.
And you guys give me shit for
long.
Anyways, now is the time for a break while we listen to Hector's fixes. Here we go.
We're pulling him from the ether. Woo!
Yes, it is my turn, and I've been here the whole time. Yeah. The likes. I think the core idea is solid, and it tries to add its own spin to Flashpoint with what they had. I'm not really blaming the writers as much, because, they kept rewriting this again and again and again after all these new developments, and, the execs were pushing stuff, I'm sure, down a lot of everyone's throats about, how the stuff needs to change, and then I get it. The editors too, it seems like a shitty movie to be a part of. I think everyone did a great job, but I still don't like Ezra as Barry. They play him more as a Sheldon than a Barry Allen. It doesn't feel like Barry. CGI guys did great with what little time and money they had after all the behind the scenes stuff. Look it up, it was a mess. Also, the story idea of a younger Barry being so annoying that it makes the other Barry have to grow up is a very smart way to kind of change the personality a bit. My dislikes, there's a lot more. Why did Nick Cage agree to be in this movie for just one cameo? I get it, you get to be live action Superman, but he was already Superman, that Teen Titans Go movie that was in theaters. Why didn't, I don't know, it just felt like maybe it was timing, maybe it's going to form, I don't know. The Flash run looks incredibly stupid. I'm not sure if that was the point, when it was in slow motion, but even without it being slow motion, it looked so bad. Not a fan of the time travel dome, whatever they called it. Should have looked like a treadmill and just like a small TV screen looking thing in front of him. And you're like, oh, but Hector, what about when the evil Barry, or not evil, like the purple lightning for some reason Barry comes out and grabs him? Easy, just pops out of the TV like from the corner and just bam, problem solved. Also, they never explained who killed the mom. Like, was it younger Barry? But wait, no, that doesn't make sense. He doesn't want to kill his mom. It felt like there was something there that was cut from the drafts and they still had to keep it. Also, Supergirl, I liked her. She was barely in it for all the marketing that she was in. It felt not misleading. Just, I don't know, I wanted more. She did a good job. And her like, oh, I don't even want to save these humans, but now I have to. It seemed like a very interesting idea, but So here's my fixes. As much as I like Supergirl, I want Nick Cage as Superman. So maybe keep him being in jail and all that. But he arrives, with all the time travel fuckery, he arrived earlier in time, and that's why he looks older. Another fun idea. So he was supposed to be Superman in the 90s. Around that time in the comics, Superman had died, come back. And he also had this thing called, like, they were calling Superman Blue, which is, like, lightning powers, and he'd look blue. And currently in the comics, Clark's son John, also Superman, can temporarily do the Superman Blue thing. So maybe after he gets hit by lightning, when he's bringing Barry up there, maybe... I don't know. It was so goofy, I thought it'd be funny. Like, it's not going to matter anyways, have some fun with it. And my last fix is that Prime Barry, the one we follow, is the one was the one who's going back to kill his mother. So what I was thinking is, they're doing the time loop, trying to undo the fixed point in time, and other Barrys start to show up. And I don't know, they're all fighting, and it just leads to the main Barry, Prime Barry, sneaking away and running quickly. But he's chased by the slightly younger Barry with the longer hair. They catch up and they're having a fight over the kitchen over, what to do when younger Barry, being all stabby, tries to stab Barry and tries to stab Prime Barry. Prime Barry dodges out of the way and it makes young Barry kill his mom. And then he realized, and he's distraught and he starts running and he just kind of stops at the grocery store, and we still get the grocery store scene just so the movie doesn't end on a sour note. Now, hey, Ed or Ruthie, what are your ideas? Or what do you do?
Wow, Hector, what a fix! That was great.
Yeah, I really liked younger Barry kills his own mother.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Alright, he's back into the ether, chasing down other Hector. Cesar.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I.
It's you first.
What I liked about this movie.
There's no, you like something. Come on. I like things.
Okay, so there's a minor character. I'm starting with this one because I did really like seeing her. You remember the blonde girl with like the big eyes? She's like a friend of Barry's in older Barry and younger Barry's lives.
Big eyes?
She's got big brown eyes.
I don't.
Okay, well she's the main. She's like the one that we follow in Dairy Girls. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Well, no, I like her in Dairy Girls. That's my like.
I don't know Dairy Girls.
Hold on.
You like her in Dairy Girls? That's your like for this movie?
I'm trying to show you a picture of her. She's that one.
Oh, yeah.
It's low-key implied that she's like sleeping with younger Barry.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, low-key.
Yeah. No, so I liked seeing her. I was not expecting that at all. I liked the interactions between Iris and Barry. They were very good. I think most of the cast did a really good job.
Yeah, it was actually pretty well acted.
Yes.
I agree.
Yeah. The concepts are interesting. So the second Barry is not original to Flashpoint, and I thought that was a really good choice. And I will say, as I've been saying, the script is pretty tight. It's very good quality. However, with that being said, the script is also a dislike because it feels unnatural. It feels too polished. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's just something about it where, like, it's almost waiting for the laugh track kind of thing when it shouldn't. I feel like if it was a little bit more less in development hell, it would kind of be a little bit more less by the numbers.
Less formulaic.
Yeah. This is very formulaic.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's, like, based off the comic book. I don't know.
It deviates pretty wildly from the Flashpoint.
Yeah. Ezra they did a pretty good job as both Flashes. They both felt very different, so I guess I'll throw that in as alike. That being said, I didn't like the way that the character Barry was written. It almost feels like they wanted to get what's his face, Sheldon Cooper as Flash. Like they had a
Oh
really
my god,
weird.
that's why I hated him so much.
Yeah, it was almost kind of like a Bazinga kind of thing with his awkwardness when he did not need that. It did nothing. It went away. Like, I know that they had it in Justice League. I don't care. Throwing Justice League aside, I just want to look at this movie by itself. It's really weird the way Barry acts. I don't know. It threw me off. The CGI was a choice. It was a choice.
It was a choice to go with what they
could have.
Yeah.
I know DC didn't do so great with Black Adam. They probably could have gotten way more money with Batgirl instead of going with Flash.
Isn't that movie like finished but shelved?
Yes, for tax reasons.
Hmm.
Brendan Fraser was in it.
Brendan Fraser, the whale?
Yes.
He was in it?
Yeah, Hector, back me up. Brendan Fraser was in Batgirl.
Yes, he was going to be the main villain of the movie. I want to say the name was Firefly.
Oh, he's Firefly?
I think it was the name of the villain.
Yeah.
I need that in my life.
I know, right?
I need that in my life.
I know, right?
Hopefully, eventually.
Yeah.
At some point, they'll probably just do like a physical release or digital release.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe in like 10 years. They'll need the money. They'll need the money eventually.
Maybe yeah, hopefully.
They'll release it from the vault.
Hopefully within our lifetime.
Maybe someone will leak it. If you work at DC.
Yeah. Maybe I'll just change my career choice and leak that shit.
Do it. We'll delete this episode if you get a job at DC.
No, don't delete it. I'll go to jail. I don't care. I would have seen the movie.
I'll die happy in jail.
What did you do to get here? I leaked Batgirl. Can I have your autograph?
King prisoner.
King prisoner. I take control of the prison. I become basically Kingpin in the prison from Daredevil.
So here's how I want to fix this. And I know you're going to say that I'm basically trying to do Spider-Verse, but hear me out.
Canon of it.
No, I'm frustrated because like I'm very familiar with Justice League. I'm not like super in depth on my Flash lore. He wasn't a character I'd super focused on. So I knew that like Barry, his mom died, his dad was in prison. Like I kind of knew that, but I didn't really know it. And if you're assuming this a movie is for general audiences, maybe just start out and tell that. Maybe communicate with your audience. I don't know. Wild, crazy idea.
Maybe they mentioned that in Justice League.
They did mention it in Justice League, but as I said earlier,
focusing on this movie.
I'm ignoring that. I'm just focusing on this movie.
I'm going to choose to ignore that.
Yes. How we can choose to explain that in universe. You can do like you might be wondering how I got here, or let's take it back from the top from Spider-Verse, but I did think of a way that's a little bit better. He gets, let's say that, like, after he saves the hospital, he gets ambushed by some reporters, and he's like, the reporters are like, Mr. Flash, how did you get your awesome powers? How did you become so cool? And he starts to give, like, a witty response, and then he gets, like, a PTSD flashback kind of face, and we get thank you. Totally not on purpose. But we get like a That's So Raven kind of cut. We see his entire backstory flash. Like we see the kid, we see the mom, we see the dad going to prison, we see
the mom getting murdered.
Yes. We see him like kind of going to the lab. We see him get shocked. We see him trying to save the town, Metropolis. We see the kid, we see the dad, we see like his entire story, and he's like, I was a track athlete in college. Like just some like really dumb answer, but like he's just playing it off. And after that, he like sprints off. That's when he goes to the cosmic treadmill. The cosmic treadmill, I would change the effect where it's just a singular straight line because it's a fucking treadmill instead of the Mandela effect is really cool. The thing is, the way that the treadmill works, it's one straight line until he accidentally bumps into something. Mm-hmm. That's when the Mandela occurs, or like this kaleidoscope kind of Kaleidoscope. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, Mandela effect is something else.
Yeah. But like a Mandela is also like a pattern thing, but it's a different kind of pattern thing. But the kaleidoscope, like let's say he kind of like gets thrown to the side in this what we assumed was like a 2D space. There was a 3D aspect, and he just fucked it. That's what starts the butterfly effect.
Yeah. And that's when you get the kaleidoscope concentric circles like going in or out depending on how he's moving through time.
Yes, and that's in my mind that makes the explanation of the bowl of spaghetti making a little bit more sense, where like he bumped in at this one moment and it was very straightforward, but because he bumped, spilled out.
Spaghetti crossed.
Yes. Well, no, not just the spaghetti crossed. The spaghetti boiled together in a pot.
Oh.
And now everything's fucky wucky.
Okay.
I don't know how I would fix the mess at the end other than just pay the CGI people more. They do a lot of hard work.
Yeah.
Fuck. Oh, one other fix. Sorry.
You're fine.
On the drive to Wayne Manor, Barry and Other Barry, instead of Other Barry being like, wait, he's Batman? What? No, it's the two of them arguing about whether Bruce Wayne is Batman. And Barry's going, have you ever seen Bruce Wayne and Batman in a room together? And Other Barry's like, why the fuck would they be in the same room together? Bruce Wayne's a billionaire. Batman's a superhero.
Yeah.
And just running through all those arguments.
Like Barry trying to... and Barry not just saying, I know him, he's Batman. It's like trying to get Other Barry to understand.
Yeah,
obvious he's Batman.
I don't want to make Other Barry an idiot. I want him to be like a little smarter, just like a little...
They should both be pretty smart. Barry's a scientist. He's a chemist, I'm pretty sure.
He's a criminal justice forensics kind of guy.
Oh yeah, that's right. He should be pretty smart, but they're just both of them are fucking idiots.
Well, I don't know if Other Barry... It seems like Other Barry didn't get the same internship, which makes me wonder if he got the same... or if he was like a fuckboy. He kind of gave me fuckboy energy.
Yeah, he gave me fuckboy energy.
Maybe he was a business major. Like, if you're gonna do that, yeah, fine.
Wow, okay, thanks, Ruthie.
I'm literally also a business major, my dude.
Oh my god.
No, but you can make the gag of oh yeah, I was a criminal forensics major, but then I changed to management because that'd be easier.
Yeah. I just think there are some moments where Barry is very smart and Other Barry is very dumb.
Yeah, and it felt
I felt they should have the same kind of intelligence.
They don't have to Flanderize Other Barry.
Yeah.
And they did.
Yeah.
Sorry, tangent. Please continue.
Yeah, and my friend said that Barry is kind of like they were there, but it was a little bit too much of the idiot and stupid stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't think of anything else. I think I'll
it's a hard movie to fix because like you said, a thing that I did like about it, the script is very solid. It's very, very polished.
It's almost too... Yeah, I mean, I've already said it.
Yeah, you already said it. Yeah, but there's nothing missing from the script, and there's nothing really you need to put in either.
Yeah,
it's really good. It's just that the whole story itself is just kind of, I don't know, it's fine, but it's still just the
problem, I think another issue with this movie, just the fact that this movie exists, it doesn't exist to expand on the character of Barry more, which is a good superhero movie. Any good superhero should tell you more about the character, but this one, it's a bridge from old DC to what will be new DC.
Yeah,
and that was the first and foremost priority of it.
Yeah, and this is actually a thing that I've been saying since DC has been fucking everything up, is that they should just do Flashpoint. And then they literally do, and they fuck it up.
It's kind of amazing.
I did, what I liked about this movie is the similarities it had with Flashpoint that were accurate. That was cool. And I've never even read Flashpoint. It was just my friend telling me about when he read Flashpoint. Yeah,
osmosis too. Yeah. I was aware of Flashpoint, not just because Hector told me, but I'd kind of heard about it.
Yeah, and Flashpoint is the comic book that created the New 52, the new main timeline. But I did like the phasing through the wall, how he got the powers exactly the same in Flashpoint, or how he lost the powers and then how he gained the powers exactly the same from Flashpoint. I did like the Kara thing, her being trapped, and showing a little bit more of this sunlight thing, while not being super like obvious about it. Because in Man of Steel, there was a little bit of that too, where if once he's in sunlight, he gets more powerful, or just like gets more.
It is kind of ham-fisted because older Barry has to tell the rest of the team, "Oh, she needs sunlight" at one point.
Yeah, that's right. There's nothing good in this movie.
Can't even have one nice thing.
Can't have one nice thing. And what I disliked, again, the choice to go with this, what the CG that they had at that point.
Mm-hmm.
No fault to the CG artists. They did their job with the money and the time they were given with.
If you were a CGI artist for this movie, we love you.
Yes, you are great and amazing, and I'm sure
you've done nothing wrong in your life.
I'm probably thinking that you had more time and money than you actually did, and you came out with something that was good. Like, I don't know, it's still, you didn't do a bad job. I want to make that completely clear. It just looks bad in the movie, and I'm sure that you did that was with less time and money than I think you did have, which is commendable, because you still got the faces pretty close.
They're just real shiny.
Real shiny, real rubbery. But again, that's probably just time and money that they didn't get. And the director decided, good enough, I guess.
Good enough for government work,
which was so stupid. Anyways, pay your CG artists.
Just pay your artists.
Pay your artists, yeah. Pay your writers. Pay your background actors, bitches.
Pay people. Just hand some money on the street, Hollywood.
Yeah, you have all the money. Dislikes. Other Barry. I really, really liked Michael Keaton Batman, though. Yeah, I'm Batman. And I honestly, the spaghetti explanation, I like that too.
It was fun.
I love how he's explaining the thing, and he starts pouring some marinara sauce on it, and Other Barry's, what's the marinara sauce for? He's like, I just want marinara sauce with my spaghetti. He was done with the metaphor. Anyways, dislikes.
You said you liked Michael Keaton Batman and spaghetti.
I did like Michael Keaton Batman spaghetti. I also what was that like? The tender moment with Barry and Mom at the end.
Oh yeah, that was good.
That was really good. That was actually really good writing for that scene. Mm-hmm. It actually made me feel a little bit of something there in my 98% empty body. Dislikes basically everything else. I did like Kara, though. She did a good job.
Kara was cool.
Dislikes Other Barry demon version.
Purple guy. Stop murdering those kids.
Yeah. So yeah. There, not that many dislikes. But I did dislike this movie. What the fuck?
Well, it's like there's like a general dislike of like the whole thing.
Yeah, and then there's just like specific things that I like, not anything overarching. Oh, the baby shit was hilarious though in the very beginning.
Yeah,
hilarious.
Yeah.
Ezra
Miller and then put baby in microwave.
The fix is, why not just fucking do more like Flashpoint? Like literally.
I did.
Who needed Zod?
I did like the idea of Other Barry being there. I thought that was unique.
Yeah, but that happens in Flashpoint also, though. Pretty sure.
Hector told me that is not a thing in Flashpoint.
That is not a thing in Flashpoint?
No.
Shit, okay. Oh, no, yeah, that's right. It's just how he gets the powers. How he gets his powers back.
Yeah.
Okay. Just do more like Flashpoint. That's all you gotta do. But I think it should have. Other Barry should be there, but the main plot should have been Reverse Flash and how he was involved in his mom's death as well.
Mm-hmm.
And he tries to stop that. Or maybe actually it remains the same how she died, but when he bumps it and moves the tomato, that's what causes Reverse Flash to start existing. Eobard Thawne in the far, far future. Because when you change the past, you also change the future.
Well,
So that's when, and that's when Eobard Thawne comes back in time. And then that's when they do the little chasing each other, and then that he changes. He doesn't stop as 12 monkeys is shit. Instead of anything, nothing being able.
So when
to...
when Barry is putting after he puts the tomato back, when he's running back, he gets bumped by Reverse Flash, and that's what.
Yeah, he gets bumped by Reverse Flash, and Reverse Flash tells him like, "You created me," like all of this, the typical Reverse Flash shit.
Yeah.
It was me, Barry. I did everything. Oh, I don't know if I've shown you that clip.
I think Hector has. It's a good thing that Hector can't hear us right now.
Yeah.
It's a good thing he's not in the room with us right now.
No, he's in the ether.
Definitely not playing Cyberpunk.
That's actually, I just came...
erase that bait.
Erase that bait.
Going back to work.
Retract that shit about me playing Cyberpunk. Retract that bit about my cunt fucking kids.
What is that from?
In Bruges. One of the characters tells, it was Brendan Gleeson tells Ralph Fiennes something about, like, you and your cunt fucking kids. Like, what did you just say about my cunt fucking kids? You take that back about my cunt fucking kids. And he's like, fine, I retract that bit about your cunt fucking kids. Like, Ralph Fiennes himself calls his kids.
I love Ralph Fiennes.
Cunt fucking kids. Oh, anyways, yeah, Reverse Flash bumps him in. He goes, "It was me, Barry," even though he hasn't done anything yet. It was me, Barry. Wow, spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
Oh god, this is getting out of hand. I'm trying to fix the movie.
Also, I love how the synopsis took us like 40 minutes to accomplish, and then both of our fixes was 40 minutes. Or it was like another 20.
Yeah, another 20. Yeah, 20. Well.
It'd be like that.
Anyways, it was me, Barry. I can't do that anymore. Good, stop. He bumps him in. He says some random Eobard Thawne shit, and he goes away. He just fucks off for a lot of the movie. Other Barry, they do the same Other Barry shit. Mom's fine. Loses his powers because of Reverse Flash, though. Not like the lightning still happens, but Reverse Flash pushes Barry into the lightning instead. It was me, Barry. I took your powers away. Now you can never undo me. Oh, that's actually a good thing. Yeah, like maybe he changed the timeline, created him, and then he pushes Barry into the lightning to take away his powers so that he can't undo Eobard Thawne in the future. Okay,
but what about Other Barry then?
Well, he thinks Other Barry's still a fucking idiot.
Are you gonna keep him being a fucking dumbass?
I'm gonna make him a dummy, but not like an annoying dummy, not like a fuckboy dummy. He's just kind of dumb. Like he switched majors because he just.
So you're gonna keep he turned.
He didn't apply himself enough, is what I'm saying. He still had the potential. This Barry just didn't have the will for it. But yeah, Eobard Thawne pushes Barry into the lightning to take away his powers. It was me, Barry. I took away your powers, so you can't undo me. But he only tells this to Barry while the lightning is happening, and Other Barry still doesn't have the powers, so he doesn't have the perception yet. And he explains this to Barry because that's what villains do. Explain their master stroke plan while that can still be fucked.
So he pushes Barry into the lightning?
Yeah, like Barry sets it up perfectly, and the lightning's happening, and Reverse Flash comes in and pushes Barry into the lightning to take away his powers. And then Reverse Flash starts, I don't know, I think Barry just like says, I have to stop this Yellow Flash, because they're probably going to call him fucking something stupid other than Reverse Flash. Although he could just say in that interaction, it's like, I'm not like you, Barry. You could say I'm the reverse of you.
That is some comic book shit right there.
Yeah.
And then they both like, should we call him Reverse Flash? And then Other Barry's like, no, that's fucking stupid. Let's just call him Yellow Guy.
Let's just call him Yellow Flash. And then Barry and Batman are like, we're going to stick with Reverse Flash. Yeah, and then they go to Wayne Manor,
Mhm.
and take out the whole Kara. Oh yeah, take out that whole Kara fucking General Zod shit out of here. That hasn't happened yet. Take all of this out. It's all on Reverse Flash. Because Reverse Flash is a really cool character.
I did like the Zod thing. I wish that they had, like, again, the reason that I did the timeline the way I did, sorry, I know I'm interrupting you
It's
with
fine.
my shit, but I didn't write my shit down, so this is what happens.
Yeah.
I did like that, and I wish that Barry had taken this moment to, like, figure out that the timeline was fucked in this moment rather than with the Michael J.
Mhm.
Fox not being Marty McFly. Because they spend like a good 5 minutes arguing about who's the main character of Marty McFly, and we get it. We know the Mandela effect. Cool
Yeah.
movie. But I wish it had been in this moment where Barry's like, "What? No, we had 6 months. What the hell?" And other Barry's like, 6 months, 6 months. What is going on now? But like, I liked the idea that this is what clues our Barry in to know that something's wrong.
Sorry, you can take this out of the recording, but like, what clues Reverse Flash? Oh, in my fix, there's no Zod, there's only Reverse Flash. And then they go to Wayne, and we're going to take out all that Kara thing stuff.
Is it going to be Thomas? Or is it going to be Michael?
No, there's no Superman. It's going to be Thomas. It's going to be
Okay.
Thomas Wayne also. He's going to be like actually angry. And then make it Michael Keaton, whatever. Although I think Ben Affleck would have been a perfect Thomas Wayne, though. I think he's got the gruff for it. Either way, just make it Michael Keaton. He does the same spaghetti explaining because I thought that was silly and fun. And then they go to. I do want to include Superman being like trapped in a facility.
Do you want to do Superman or do you want to do Kara?
Nick Cage Superman. Not that he mentioned that. Nick Cage Superman. But yeah, they could go to Batman, say we probably need a little bit more help, and then they go to Superman, Nick Cage Superman in the facility wherever, not in Russia, like keep it more Flashpoint in Metropolis somewhere, and they break in there, they break him out, and then he's like, "Fuck this shit," and he just fucking leaves. He gets his powers back. He's like, "I don't care about your problems. I'm just gonna go and do my own thing." It's like, but wait, the timeline is like, that's your problem, not mine.
What would be funny, if I can just chime in,
sorry, go ahead.
Is if he hears other Barry call him Yellow Flash or the Yellow Guy, and the other two are like Reverse Flash, and he's like, "Reverse Flash, Yellow Guy, I don't care. Have fun," and then he leaves.
Yeah, and then he just leaves. That would be actually pretty. I think that'd be pretty comical. They go through that power to get more help, and he's just like,
"No,
fuck you guys," leaves. And they're like, "Wait, so we went through all that for nothing?" And Michael Keaton, Thomas Wayne Batman is like,
typical.
I guess we'll just have to do it ourselves. And then that's when the whole fight happens. Batman can't really keep up, so it's Barry and other Barry fighting Reverse Flash a lot. Reverse Flash kills other Barry, and then that's when Flash gets really angry and starts chasing him really, really hard. They can have that cool in Justice to the game.
Mm-hmm.
There's a really cool fight, like cutscene fight between Flash and Reverse Flash while they're like running and like doing all this shit. They could have that in there. And then they eventually make it into Barry's neighborhood. And they run into his house because Reverse Flash knows where he lives in this timeline. Because Reverse Flash knows everything. And then that's when they start running around and fighting in his house while his mom is there. And Barry's trying his hardest to save his mom. And Reverse Flash is trying his hardest to kill his mom. And eventually Reverse Flash succeeds. And they both run out. And it's like, it was me, Barry. It was always me.
It was always me, coming full circle.
Yeah, and then from there, he's like, "No, she was murdered like randomly." It's like, "No, it's always happened the same. Now that I'm here, I can do whatever I want." Reverse Flash saying this, and then Barry like goes back into the time thing, finds his way back into his reality, but goes back in time to when his mom died. And the same thing happens again, where he's chasing Reverse Flash, and Reverse Flash succeeds in killing his mom. We're 12 monkeying this shit. It does he changed how she died.
But he
But
can't
no,
stop the death.
he changed how she dies in all universes is what he did. In all universes, it changed from random guy to reverse Flash.
Oof.
But he can't stop her from dying. But yeah, he still, fixes the thing with his dad. Or no, he just like gives up, I guess. And he's super depressed. And then his dad gets released and he gets a little bit elated. And he calls Batman, and it's a different Batman than Ben Affleck. And it kind of ends the same, with Flash being more aware of what he can do with his powers, his dad being free, and Batman being like, I know you did something. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
I really like that, and I came up with that right now.
Nice. That's always fun.
Yeah. Reverse Flash is such a good character.
It's always him.
It was me, Barry, but it was I, Dio. They had the same energy.
True.
Oh, so yeah, that was Flash. Flash. Yeah, it was a pretty bad movie.
It's
I was hoping that Chris Stuckman didn't lie to my fucking face. I don't actually mean that. Please love me. I just don't see it, but I would love to discuss it with you and, understand what you saw in this movie that I missed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I thought I was thinking that this might have been like, the first good DC movie, but it wasn't. I had seen the first good DC movie like a month before watching this one, which was Blue Beetle.
I like Man of Steel. For what it was,
Snyder's just like, I don't know. It was fine.
It was a good standalone movie, and then they were like, let's do the DCEU, and that's when all the movies started to suck, and that's my rant right there.
Yep.
Old woman
Blue Beetle.
Yeah.
Really good.
I need to see it.
It captures the Latino culture so well, the Latino family dynamic at least.
And the Buster Sword.
Yeah, I mean, it's like all the Latinos that played Final Fantasy 7 and 8. A lot of them did, at least. Good portion of them. I inserted 8, even though I know not a lot of people played that, because 8's better. Fight me! Final Fantasy 8 is better.
He's not passionate or biased at all.
It's not like I haven't played both, because I have. It's not that I play 8, didn't play 7, and think 8 is better. No, I played 8, I played 7, I think 8 is better.
Oh, you started with 8, then played 7?
I did start with 8, and I played 7 when I was older. And I replayed 8 also when I was older. Finally beat the game.
No, you never forget your first. Anyways, Ed.
Mm-hmm.
What have you been watching lately? Or do we do grades first?
Grades.
D.
I'm glad we agree on that. What have I been watching lately? I've been not watching a lot.
Or what media have you been enjoying?
Baldur's Gate 3 and Armored Core 6. I think I mentioned that in the last recording.
And probably the one before that too.
Yes. Hexblade Warlock. Not a thing in Baldur's Gate 3, but you can kind of make it work. If you really want to be the least useful character in your party.
Nice.
Yeah, Armored Core 6, finished Chapter 3. I won't miss. Best line in the whole game, followed by watch out for friendly fire, and all or nothing.
Amazing.
Yep. Rusty is bae. Play Armored Core 6, please. I want to see another one in less than 15 years. That'd be great.
So Ed and I have been rereading Dune, and we just got to like the best chapter in book 1.
God.
Yum. The moment when
you meet Kynes and the worm eats the
thopter, or the crawler, isn't it?
What's it called? It's a
the carrot. No,
it's a something factory. It's like a extractor factory. I forget exactly what they called it.
Yeah.
But it's a crawler. Yeah, it's a refinery.
Spice refinery.
But yeah, that whole sequence, it's good in the 1983 David Lynch version. It's good in the new one, 2021.
Crawler. It's called a crawler.
It's called a crawler, yeah. Yeah, where the worm eats the crawler. It's a fucking huge sandworm, too.
Yeah.
To eat a crawler that size. I do like how the rescue is in the new movie more than in the old movie, though.
Didn't you just say that at the... No, you were talking about the intro. The intro. You like the old movie more than the new movie. That's how our book club has been going. We've been talking about it, comparing the book to the old movie to the new movie, which has been an interesting experience.
You haven't seen the old movie, though.
I have not.
You want to see the old movie?
Yeah.
No?
Not now.
Not now, okay. Yeah. Armored Core 6, Baldur's Gate 3.
Dune.
Yeah, that's what we've been doing. Yeah. What's Hector been doing? Struggling through school.
He's been doing school.
And apparently cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Struggling.
Yeah.
He's come out of the ether again.
Yeah. No.
How's the cosmic treadmill?
That's how he's getting more time to rewrite his essay.
Huh?
That's how you're getting more time.
Getting more time to rewrite your essay
Yes,
using the
if
cosmic
I can
treadmill.
go fast enough, I can go back in time and not procrastinate. I didn't procrastinate. I actually did not
No,
procrastinate.
you're just using the cosmic treadmill, writing your essay in the cosmic treadmill while time is still.
Yes. I'm doing it. I still need more time. Yeah.
Has reverse Hector appeared yet?
Is that what we're calling my ADHD? Yes.
Reverse Hector. Yeah.
Reverse Hector. Rocked.
Hector. Rotka. Yeah, Rotka.
Or as my best friend refers to my, if I were to have an evil twin, Sector.
We already know Sector, though.
Sector from Mortal Kombat?
No.
Sector from Syndicate. Armand.
So
Armand
okay,
and Hector look uncannily alike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. Whose pick is it next? I think it's Hector's pick.
I can't do this right now.
Work on your paper. Shut up. We'll bring you back in if you need to pick.
I had an idea.
Okay.
But I'm not sure if we have the time or I have the energy.
Because what did we do before this? It was Vampire Hunter, and you picked it.
Yes.
So it is your pick.
And you did Don't Worry, Darling, and you
Yes.
did, and you did Dog. Yeah.
It's by the time we release this, it'll be
around Halloween.
We're
getting closer to Halloween.
But I don't want to do a horror film because, I don't like jump scares. And I don't feel like going through jump scares right now. I heard this one's horror adjacent, although I don't know the plot. Have you heard of The Endless?
The plot reminds me a little bit of a book I read.
I think I have heard of it, but I've not watched it.
I don't want to spoil it for you because I want you to get to give me your thoughts, but I do know a little bit more than I probably should. I think this will be a fun Halloween one.
The Endless.
The Endless.
And in this one, we make it objectively better, but okay.
It's it's a little indie film. It is from 2017. So wait, I'm not gonna go too hard on it. I just thought maybe we can bring some attention to it. I like when we do indie films. They're more,
obscure.
Yeah, they're fun. They're really fun.
It's got a 92% Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, but on Letterboxd it's a 3.3, which is average to a little below. And I kind of weirdly enough, I trust Letterboxd because while yes they meme more, in smaller films you get a lot more genuine reaction.
Yeah. Also, I saw what you commented on my brother's review of Across the Spider-Verse.
I commented you have better taste than your brother. And I was hoping he'd never find it.
Yeah. I still, honestly, if you're going to do an ending like Fast X on a part 1, part 2, you deserve to not get a 5-star rating. Dead Reckoning did it so perfectly.
I heard it did. Anyway,
have you heard that Across the Spider-Verse did it bad? Part 1, part 2.
Hmm?
Me?
I'll admit it's a flaw. No, yes.
No, that was the first thing my mother-in-law said.
You can say Ilya, but she's been on the podcast.
Fair enough.
Friend of the podcast, my actual mother.
Yeah, that was all Ilya was saying as soon as we got out of the theater. From leaving the seat to getting in the car, she was like, "They just ended it." I'm like, "Yeah, but didn't you like it?" She's like, "They just ended it."
Yeah.
What the hell?
That's what I complained about.
It's a flaw.
Also when I
know for a fact it's a flaw. I just personally, it doesn't.
Flaw.
It is, but honestly, it doesn't stop my enjoyment of the movie.
I still love the movie and I still enjoyed it a lot.
It still gets
just critically thinking about it, in a critic sense. Terrible.
It is still I get that. I personally, it's a 5-star for me. Still, I get your opinion. I respect it a little bit, but I still think it's a 5-star film.
It's still a great ass movie. I don't disagree with you. Just that ending.
But yeah, we're doing The Endless. It is. If anyone wants to watch it, I heard it might be free on YouTube. And yeah, so if any of you want to join us ahead of time, it's a little more accessible. It's online. I think it's only, how long is it? I closed out of it like a dumbass. Oh no, I didn't. It's a little under 2 hours, 112 minutes. So yeah, I think it's Irish, but I might be wrong. I might be confusing it with another film. So if I can probably post it in the Discord or even the show notes. But there was a video about cosmic horror and a bunch of different media that touch on cosmic horror.
And then
Yes, the Endless was. I just spoiled the thing for you, but yeah, it's cosmic horror. So I figured
Awesome.
it'd be a lot more fun.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that'll definitely because I've honestly been watching all of these movies with my friend. It's more fun to watch a movie with a buddy.
It is.
Especially when it's bad movies.
Agreed.
Yeah. So
I have my.
So I might actually just go home because he took today off for his night shift thing and be like, "You want to watch this movie?" And he'll be like, "What is it about?" I'll be like, "Cosmic horror," and he'll be like, "I'm down."
I think it's cosmic horror. I could be wrong. It might be the wrong one, but
I looked at Does the Dog Die, and there was a comment that kind of.
It is cosmic horror.
I accidentally glanced at the description when I looked it up on Google, and it said UFO death cult.
Yeah, I just heard about it.
So, possibly cosmic horror?
Yeah.
Possibly, yes. So, catch us next time for when we review.
Not review.
Not review. Where we take, watch, and fix. Let's start that over. Join us next time as we reshoot The Endless. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
It was me, audience. I made you give this 5 stars.
Today's film was The Flash, directed by Andy Muschietti. The screenplay was written by Christina Hodson, John Francis Daly, Jonathan Goldstein, and Joe B. Harold. The original Flash comics were created by Harry Lambert and Gardner Fox. Finally, the cinematographer was Henry Bram. Go show some love on their various social media accounts. They made a movie, which is more than we can say here. As Hector and all of the rest of us were saying, our next episode will be very spooky. The Endless. Can't wait to see you then.